This film is sponsored by Google.
How can we belong to things that are new, that are updated, that actually make us feel fulfilled and happy and understood, seen, not ashamed, not guilty?
This is the moment almost 30 years of Mubarak's regime ended.
I have decided to record some of my thoughts because I feel it might be interesting at some point down the line.
And me and Nicholas Alan officially started the road trip.
I just got back to my room after a very interesting night. I was on a walk earlier and I heard this noise coming from a rooftop, so I ended up sneaking into the building and I made it all the way up. I talked to a few people and everybody kept saying that I should meet this one guy. I was just sitting on the couch with Thomas and Matt and I just had this overwhelming sensation that I am meant to know these guys. And I know it's crazy because I'm supposed to leave in a couple of days, but
So I made a list of 30 things I have never done before to push myself out of my comfort zone. Today, this morning, last night, on Sunday, I'm getting my ears pierced. Today we're gonna make a painting. I got my revenge. We're eating bull testicles. Okay, yeah, here we go. Who on earth would buy this?
Yeah, perfect.
Well, this is gonna look awful. Like.
I was just wondering if Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is going to be in office tomorrow.
I don't know.
Let's just show up.
But there's Justin Trudeau right there. Got you this if you want to wear it. There we go. Thank you so much.
Alright, hear me out. This is gonna sound crazy, but what if we challenge Will Smith to heli bungee?
What's that? What's heli bungee?
Is he gonna accept?
The moment that scared me the most since we started this project just happened last night. I always knew that it will come where I will have to make the decision between my family or what we're doing here. I know that what we stand for and the purpose that we're bringing to this world is gonna be just worth just making the hardest decision I've ever had to make.
I simply know that I cannot be the only one stuck in this position, and there's someone out there who needs to hear this. Despite what anyone tells you who you should be, you have the right to determine the life you want to live. Be who you are and walk freely.
Hey dude, it doesn't get much harder than this. It hurts me so much to see you go through this, but I just wanted to tell you that I love you so much, that we all love you so much, and that we'll always be here for you, always.
You need huge amounts of time to just sit with it, to just be quiet, to just be still.
Let it go! You are thinking!
Like for a second, I went back in time and just remember the moment with my dad. I was just trying to channel as much as I could to him, just let him know that I'm thinking about him and I love him and I'm always praying for him.
I didn't want to, but today I managed to get myself to do push-ups and sit-ups for like 15 minutes. Today, I'd say it's the first time I feel more happy than sad in a very long time.
How can we belong to things that are new, that are updated, that actually make us feel fulfilled and happy and understood, seen, not ashamed, not guilty? Life happens in your pursuit of the things that are not given to you, because you can't experience freedom without knowing what exists outside what's been handed to you. The jump was such an important moment in my life because it felt like I had started living in my head and in my thoughts, and in the moment of surrender, of the count of the pilot from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the letting go, and just fully being in my body, because that's the only thing that mattered in that moment, is the full flare and me fully being there.
Discomfort Scholars Program.
Dream team.
Hello friends, I just want to start by saying thank you for making it all the way here. I really appreciate you. The amount of times I realized in the most subtle ways that Google search had acted as my sidekick for pretty much my whole life was pretty crazy. And to be partnering with Google search in this is truly a dream come true. I didn't necessarily realize it as I was living it, but just seeing 10 years of my life be compressed in 18 minutes made it very clear that search is a living, breathing thing that evolves just like we do. Google started as a research project in 1996, when I was 2 years old. The goal was pretty simple: get the most relevant information in the quickest amount of time. And that's remained the goal ever since. And as I dove deeper into the evolution of the search engine, I realized that Google search is kind of like a mirror. It shapes how we access information, but at the same time we get to shape it with how we search. A good example of that is the News tab feature. It was born out of the events of 9/11. The team at Search realized that people all over the world were searching the Twin Towers, but it was pretty clear that people were having a hard time accessing the information that they were looking for. So they created Google News, which aggregates the most relevant news from the most trusted sources. And ultimately that's what I used in 2011 to get media updates about the Egyptian revolution as I was living in South Africa. It's honestly pretty mind-blowing to think about the evolution of the search engine over the last decade. To think that there is so many people all over the world working so hard on making sure that this information is constantly accessible, and there are tools and features that are being built that allow us to access this information. I just wouldn't be where I am today without all of it. And I mean, it's still pretty surreal that this video is up and I got to tell that story and just show how much impact Google search had on my life. On that note, I'd like to thank every single human who's worked on the Google search engine. Thank you for changing my life, and thank you for changing the world. And for all of you watching, again, thank you so much for making it all the way till the end. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next episode.
This film is sponsored by Google.